Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So I'm going to show you how to make, I got this little newborn set. This video I'm going to show you how to make the dress to it. This one with the poofy sleeves and the collar. And this bonnet I have a tutorial for that too, and I'll put a link to that below in the description box, and I'll put a link to it on the screen, so if you want to make that too, you can get to it. But this is the newborn size. It'd be a good present, like shower present or something. Okay, and I'm using a size G, which is a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, and you want to start out with a chain of 44. And once you get your chain of 44, you want to go ahead and double crochet in the 4th stitch from the hook. So remember, we don't count the one that's on our hook. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one, double crochet like that. And now I'm going to put 1 double crochet in every stitch for the length of the chain. Just like that, all the way down. Until you get to the end. Okay, once you make it to the end, you want to chain 3 and turn. Okay, that chain 3 is going to count as the double crochet. So now this row, we're going to go ahead and this is our first double crochet. Now we're going to put our next double crochet right here in this next stitch. Not this very first one, but this one. Yarn over and double crochet like that. So that's 2 double crochets in a row, counting that chain 3. Now the next stitch, I'm going to put 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So we're going to increase it now by a little bit, like that. And now I'm going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then the next stitch is going to get 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And that is the pattern we'll repeat until we get to the end of the row. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 and then 1 in the next, and then the next stitch gets 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So go ahead and repeat that all the way to the end of the row. Okay, I'm coming to the end here, and I just did 2 double crochets in that stitch, and you can see I have these 2 stitches and then this kind of chain thing here at the end. So you want to put 1 double crochet in each of these next 2 stitches. Like that. And then this little chain, you want to put 2 double crochets in the top of it, the top stitch of it. So if you count it correctly, you should end with 2 double crochets in this last space here, this last stitch. Like that. Now I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. And that chain 3 is going to count as my double crochet again, my first one. So now I'm going to put 1 double crochet in the first 3 stitches. So this counts as my first one. So I'm going to go to my next one and put a double crochet, and then my next one, double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the next. So that was 3, counting this chain 3 double crochets in a row, and then 2 double crochets in the same stitch on the next one. So again, I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochets into the next. One double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the next. So that's the repeat this time. So you just want to repeat this pattern until you get to the end of the row. Okay, when you make it to the end here, I did 3 double crochets in a row right here, and I'm ending in 2 double crochets in this last, in the top of this last chain 3. So if you counted right again, you should end with 2 double crochets in the last stitch, like that. And then again, we'll chain 3 and turn our work. Now this time we're going to do 4 double crochets in a row, and then the next stitch will be 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So there's, this counts as our first one. Go to, not this stitch, this one, and that is 2, and the next one 3, and the next one makes 4 double crochets in a row. Now this next stitch will put 2 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and then 4 double crochets in each of the, or 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2 double crochets into the next. And that's the repeat pattern all the way to the end of the row. So there's 4 double crochets in a row, and the next stitch gets 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, you should have ended in 2 double crochets in that last stitch. Now kind of just pull up so your yarn will come out, and we're going to mark off where the sleeve holes. So you're going to need 4 stitch markers, and I just use these pieces of yarn. I'll show you where we're going to count. So go ahead and lay your piece out, and starting here where you just left off, you want to count over 12 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put a stitch marker in the 12th stitch. Okay? And then you want to keep going, starting with the next stitch, this one, count over 18 stitches. And you put a stitch marker in the 18th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we'll come to the other side, and we'll do the same thing. We'll start right here with this as our first stitch, and we're going to count over 12 stitches. Put a stitch marker in the 12th stitch. And then starting with the next one as number 1, count over 18, put a stitch marker in the 18th stitch. Okay, once you get that done, we can pick up where we left off. And I'm going to connect it now. So what I'm going to do is kind of fold it together like this, and I'm going to slip stitch in this chain 3 here in the top of it, over here on the other side. Slip stitch. Now I'm not going to work around and around. I'm actually going to work back and forth so the rows look the same all the way down. One row will be going the right side and one will be going the wrong side. If I did it round and around, they'd all be going the right side. That just gives it a little bit different look. So once you slip stitch, you just want to chain 3 and turn again. 1, 2, 3, and turn. So now it's connected. Now I'm going to put a double crochet in each of these stitches up until my stitch marker. 1 double crochet in each stitch up to the marker. Okay, and then you want to go ahead and double crochet in the stitch that has the marker. So go in it and double crochet, and you can take that marker out because you don't need it anymore. Now I'm going to do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to skip all these stitches, and I'm going to double crochet into the stitch with the next stitch marker. So I went ahead and I went up to my stitch marker, I chained 2. Now I'm going to skip all these stitches and I'm going to go and double crochet into that stitch up there. So I'm going to yarn over and reach all the way over and go into this stitch with the marker and double crochet like that. And you can take that stitch out because you don't need it anymore, that marker. So there's a sleeve hole. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 double crochet in each of these stitches until I get to my next stitch marker. And at that point, I'll just do the same thing I just did. Okay, I made it to the next stitch marker. So I want to go ahead and double crochet into the stitch that has the marker. Take the marker out, chain 2, skip all these stitches to my next marker, and double crochet into the stitch that has the marker. Just like that. Take that marker out and finish off by double crocheting in all these stitches here. The last of them. 1 double crochet in each of them until you get to the end. And when you get to the end, you want to go ahead and slip stitch into this chain 3 here, the top of it. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to start by chaining 3 and turning my work. Okay, now I'm going to go around putting 1 double crochet in every stitch. Like this. 1 in each stitch until I get to my armhole. Let me hurry up and get there and I'll show you what we do there. Okay, when you get to your armhole, we had a chain 2 right here. What we want to do is put 2 double crochets right through the chain, right through this hole here. So we just yarn over and go directly through under the chain and double crochet. There's 1. Do it one more time. And 2. And then we just continue right here with this first double, going around, putting 1 double crochet in every stitch until we get to the next armhole, and then you just do the same thing there, and then continue around with 1 double crochet until you get back to the beginning. Okay, when you make it back around, you just want to slip stitch again into the top of your chain 3, like that. And now I'm going to chain 3 again and turn my work. If you wanted to keep working it around, you could do that. I mean, it would be the same. So, but I'm going to turn. Now I'm going to do, that's like the yoke part of the dress. Now I'm going to make the body part, and I'm going to do a couple rows of increases so it flares out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is 2 double crochets in a row and then a double crochet increase. So that's where I put the 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So this counts as my first double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over and go into the next one, put 1 double crochet, so there's 2 in a row, counting that chain 3. Now I'm going to put 2 double crochets in the same stitch, like that, and that's an increase. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the same stitch. You just want to repeat that all the way around. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the next. Okay, just go ahead and repeat that all the way around. Now we're not working on this part right here, the sleeves holes. We're going to do that later, so we just kind of work around like this, skipping these holes for now. Okay, when you make it back around, we'll slip stitch into our chain 3, chain 3 again, and turn our work. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets in a row, and then double crochet increase. So this counts as 1 for the next stitch. That's 2, and then the next stitch makes 3. So there's 3 in a row, counting that chain 3. And the next one will be 2 double crochets in the same stitch, or increase stitch. Okay, now it's 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 double crochets into the next, the increase stitch. So that's the pattern all the way around this time, until you get back around to the beginning. Okay, once you made it all the way around, and I ended with 2 double crochet here in the same stitch. If you didn't, I mean, don't worry about it. Don't take it all out. It's not really that big of a deal. So, like if you had an extra one or something, it's okay. Go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Okay, now the rest of it is chain 3 and turn every time, and it's going to be 1 double crochet in every stitch, no more increasing, all the way around. 1 double crochet each stitch, and we're going to do that for a total of 12 rows. So 12 rows of 1 double crochet in each stitch, this being my first row right here. So 12 after that, or 12 counting this one. So I'm going to go ahead and work my 12 rows of 1 double crochet in every stitch, and I will meet back up with you in a second, and we'll work on the trim and stuff and the sleeves. And of course, if you want to make the dress longer or shorter, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, once you got them 12 rows done of the 1 double crochet in each stitch, starting from the top, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 total rows starting from the very, very top. So now I'm going to go around the bottom with a different color, but you could use the same color if you want. It's up to you. So I'm going to put the right side, the good side of my work facing me. You can start anywhere you want. I'm going to start in the back, so where I start and stop isn't that noticeable. So I'm just going to go into a stitch back here and draw up a loop, and I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to go back into the exact same stitch that I just started in and single crochet like that. Now I'm going to skip 1 stitch, and I'm going to work in the next, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now on this third one, I'm going to put a picot little stitch on it. That's how, like, the little, makes a little point on it. So So I'm going to chain 3, 3, and I'm going to go back down and I'm going to slip stitch. A lot of people slip stitch into the first chain stitch, but I like to go back down a little bit to hold it a little bit better. I slip stitch like right through these 2 loops on the top of the stitch, like that. And now I'm going to put 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. So there's 1 and 2. So that's the little shell stitch that we're going to do. So now I'm going to skip a stitch and I'm going to single crochet into the next. That. And now I'm going to skip a stitch and do my little shell stitch again. So I skip 1, start here, and put the 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and then I do my picot stitch on this one. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Go back down and slip stitch. Here's the top of the stitch. I go through this loop and then this loop right here on the side, and then slip stitch like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more doubles into that same stitch. 1, 2, like that. And now I'm going to skip a stitch and single crochet into the next. Skip a stitch and do my little fan stitch again. So 3 doubles and then the picot and then 2 more doubles. And this is the, oh, my yarn's splitting. This is the pattern that we're gonna repeat all the way around the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, right back through this one and this one, and slip stitch, and then 2 more in the same stitch. 1, 2, skip a stitch and single crochet into the next. Skip a stitch and start my fan again. So I'm going to work this all the way around until I get to the other side, and it may not come out even on the other side, but I'll meet you up over here and we'll see what it comes out to. Okay, I made it all the way around and you can see mine didn't come out even. I knew that it wouldn't, but it don't bother me. So what I'm going to do is mine came out with a single crochet here. I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch into this first single crochet over here, skip this last stitch like that, slip stitch it, and then tie it off. And since it's on the back, you're not even going to be able to notice that it didn't come out even. So just like that. And if yours came out a little different, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. It's going to look good regardless. So I'm going to move my camera over. And you can't even tell that it didn't come out. No one's going to even notice that. So I'm going to flip it back over. And now I'm going to work up here on the collar. Do the collar area. So I'm going to start. Okay, now for the collar, for it to lay kind of right, this is right. I want to start it like this. Like, I'm going to start working right here and going around because the collar's going to flip down. So I got my piece like here. This is the top. I'm going to start right here and go work my way around the front and back to this side. So I'm just going to start in this very first stitch, go into it, and I'm going to start off with a chain of 3 like that. Now I'm going to go over to the next stitch and I'm going to put 2 double crochets in it. There's 1, 2. Now the next stitch, I'm just going to put 1 double crochet like that, and the next stitch I'm going to put 2 double crochets. The next stitch is just going to be 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch will be 2 doubles, and I'm just going to do that all the way around to the other side. And you can see the stitches are facing, this looks like the right side of the stitches, but they're going to fold down. So it's going to fold down like that. So I'm just going to repeat that all the way around until I get to this side. Okay, when we make it to the end, what we want to do is chain 3 and turn our work. And we're going to go across again. So let me get this turned here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is 2 double crochets in a row and then a double crochet increase. So this chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet. So we're going to go in the next stitch and put a double crochet. So there's 2 in a row. Now the next stitch is going to get 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Like that. And now 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So there's 1. Go to the next one. 2. And then 2 double crochets into the next. So that's the pattern all the way to the other side. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then 2 double crochets in the next. Like that. So go ahead and repeat that all the way back around to the other side. Okay, when you make it back to this side, again, I'm gonna chain 1 and turn my work. I'm gonna put that this edge around the collar up here. So I'm gonna go back into the same stitch that I just chained 1, like this very first one right here, single crochet like that. Now I'm gonna skip 1 and I'm gonna do that same fan stitch down that we did down here right here. So it's gonna be 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then the picot, 1, chain 3, 2, 3, come right here and slip stitch, and then 2 more double crochets in that same stitch, and that'll do the fan. Okay, then we skip 1 and single crochet into the next, skip 1 and put the fan stitch into the next. So it's the same thing we did down at the bottom. We're just going to do it around the collar here. Okay, I made it back around to the other side, and mine happened to come out right, but if yours doesn't, it's okay. Mine rarely comes out right, so just gonna single crochet in that last stitch. If you have an extra stitch there, just like skip 2 there or something. It's the thing about me. My stuff's never perfect, and it don't bother me. I don't make these patterns up beforehand. I make them up as I go, so sometimes they don't come out right. Stitches count don't, so, but that's okay. Like that, and then we'll hide that tail. I'll hide that in a little bit. Now we'll start on the sleeves, the puffy sleeves. I already got part of one done. I still got to go around the edge of it, but we'll go ahead and start on the other one. Okay, for the sleeve you can actually start in any stitch that you want, but I think it's probably easiest to start down here, like in the armpit area. And we're gonna do both sleeves the same. So we're gonna start. I like to start right around here somewhere. Like, here's the 2 chain we did for the sleeve, and then we put these 2 double crochets here. I like to start in this kind of bigger gap right here, and I'm just gonna go in it, and I'm gonna start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that is my first double crochet. Now I'm going to go back into that same space and put another double crochet like that. So that's 2 double crochets in that same stitch. Now I'm going to jump right here to the next stitch and put 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, and then like right here where we did that, had that chain 2 before, and here's the, I just kind of go in between the stitches, so I'm gonna go like right through here and put 2 double crochets. If you don't get the exact stitches, it's okay. And then kind of pull these apart and put 2 double crochets in between these two. And then slide the stitch over, 2 double crochets right here in between this stitch and this stitch. Basically what I'm doing is I'm putting 2 double crochets in every stitch all the way around. I was just trying to show you kind of how to do the little armpit area where the stitches aren't, where you can't see them that well. But you know, it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm going to start working my way around. You'll be able to see the stitches better now. Putting 2 double crochets in every stitch around the sleeve hole. 2 in that one. 2 in that one. 2 in the next. So I'm just going to work my way around back to the beginning, putting 2 double crochets in every single stitch. Okay, when you made it all the way around, you put 2 double crochets in every stitch. Go ahead and slip stitch into the top of your beginning chain 3. And then I'm going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to work my way around putting 1 double crochet in every single stitch. Just like this. All the way around the whole sleeve. 1 double in each stitch until you get back to your starting point. Okay, once you make it back around after putting 1 double crochet in each stitch, you want to slip stitch into the top of your beginning chain 3. Now we're going to do a row of decreases. So I'm going to start by chaining 3. Now I'm going to do a double crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches. So what I'm going to do is yarn over and go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again and go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2 loops on my hook, and then yarn over and go through the remaining 3, like that. So that's a double crochet decrease. That took them 2 double crochets and made it into 1. Now I'm going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then I'm going to do a double crochet decrease again over the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, go in the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, yarn over and go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, and then yarn over and go through all 3. That's a decrease. Now I'm going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then a double crochet decrease over the next 2. Like that. 1 double crochet into the next, and then a double crochet decrease next. So that's the repeat. 1 double crochet and then a double crochet decrease, double crochet decrease, all the way around back to the beginning. I made it all the way around, and I did a double crochet decrease, and I have 1 stitch left. I'm just going to go ahead and double crochet in it like that. Let me try to move my, there we go. And now I'm going to slip stitch into my beginning chain 3. Now I'm going to chain 3 again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to repeat the row I just did. So I'm going to double crochet decrease over these next 2 stitches. Like that. And then a double crochet into the next. Double crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches. And then double crochet in the next. So we're just repeating the last row we just did. And you want to do that all the way back around. Okay, I just did a double crochet decrease here, and I have 2 stitches left. I'm just going to go ahead and decrease over them too. And if you happen to have a different number than me, just finish it out how, you know. If you happen to have just 1 left, just go ahead and put 1 double crochet in it. Then I'm going to do a row of single crochet decrease. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back into the same stitch and single crochet. Now I'm going to single crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, drop a loop, go in the next one, drop a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3. That's a single crochet decrease. Now I'm going to put 1 single crochet in the next, and then a single crochet decrease over the next 2. So it's like the last round, except for I'm doing single crochet instead of double. 1 single crochet in the next, and then a single crochet decrease. Single crochet in the next, and then a single crochet decrease. So just go ahead and repeat that all the way around. Okay, when you make it back to the beginning, just go ahead and slip stitch into that first single crochet and tie this off, and then we'll go around the edge with some white, or you can use the same color, but okay. Now you can start anywhere you want. I'm just going to start right around here where I left off. Okay, I'm going to start my yarn. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back into the same stitch that I just started in and single crochet. I'm going to be doing the picot stitch, not the shell, just the picot. So I'm going to go to the next stitch and single crochet. And then I'm going to do the picot on this one. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, come right back down here like we did before, and slip stitch like that. Now I'm going to single crochet into the next like that, and then the next one, let me turn this, the next one I'm going to single crochet and do my picot. So there's a single crochet, chain 3. Uh-oh, got a little boy crying back there. I'm going to go see what's going on. Okay, then I'm going to go back down and slip stitch again to do my picot. Sorry about that, he just woke up from his nap and he was grouchy. His dad had him holding him but crying. Now I'm going to single crochet into the next, and then again the next stitch after that, single crochet and do the picot. 1, 2, 3, back down, slip stitch, down, single crochet into the next, And then the next stitch is the picot, so you single crochet in it. Chain 3. Go back down. Slip stitch. So we just do that all the way around. It's just the picot and then there's a single crochet in between each one. And once you make it all the way around, you just want to slip stitch into your first single crochet. And then tie that off, and you want to do both sleeves the exact same. And tie this, hide this tail. Okay, once you get all your tails hidden, that is it. That's all there is to it. And if you want to, I'm going to do it. You probably want to put a little button or a clasp back here. I'm just going to put one at the top. I got to get some. I don't have any right now, but right there, just so the back stays shut when they wear it. But that's it. That's all there is to it. It's pretty easy. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to come check me out on Facebook. I'll put a link to my Facebook page below in the description box. And until next time, have a good day.